Good morning, all. Am I audible? Hello.
Hello. Hi, yes, ma'am. You are audible.
Yes. Just I want to check my screen whether it is sharing or not.
Okay,
Just I
okay.
will check. Okay.
Okay.
Is it visible, madam?
Yes, yes, visible.
Is it okay, ma'am?
Hello.
Yes. Yes, madam. Am I audible clearly? Kindly check the network, please.
Yes, ma'am, audible.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Audible.
Hello. Hello. Good morning. Slow are you? Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning, all. I, Miss Basamma Patepurmat, Faculty of Civil Department in K.E. Societies, Rajarambapu Institute of Technology, Lohegaon, Pune. It's an honor to welcome you all to today's Faculty Development Program on Advancement in Sustainable Energy Technologies and Green Mobility. Present achievements and future possibilities. Session is Dr. Ashwini Patil ma'am is renowned expert in construction management field with 11 plus years of experience in teaching. Dr. Ashwini Patil ma'am has made significant contribution to D.Y. Patil College of Engineering, Akrudi, Pune. Also, she has published more than 20 papers in Scoopers and peer-reviewed journals. We have fortunate to have her with us today to share insights on topic sustainable construction materials and its practices, which promises to enrich our understanding and equip us with practical strategies to enhance our teaching and professional growth. Now, okay, ma'am, please start your session.
Okay. Am I audible, madam?
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Yes. First of all, I would like to
Yes,
thanks
ma'am.
each
Yes.
and every.
Really.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So first of all, I would like to thank all the faculty members and respected HOD Sonali madam, my friend Nisha madam for inviting me for today's wonderful topic and which is the need of today. So without further delay, I would start the presentation. So which mainly includes sustainability importance, right? And what are the various 17 SDG goals? And being a civil engineer, what is our contribution? What will be future contribution? And what are the future mainly at the my end of the my session or concluding sessions will be future further topics for researchers, those who are willing for the PhD aspirants, right? So those who can mainly do the PhD in materials, because madam has introduced me. Thank you for that. And I have completed my PhD in sustainable materials itself. So definitely, I will suggest a few future projects which we can do and which will be useful for other departments also, and interdisciplinary also we can do. Okay, so without further delay, I will start the session. Just anyone please acknowledge me whether the screen is sharing or not. Is my screen visible to everyone?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just a minute, ma'am. Is it now?
Yes, visible, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you. So, so madam has a title your FDP event. So among that, I have chosen as a sustainability in construction. So before going to start with directly in construction, we will see what are the main SDG goals which are defined by United Nations and which are to be covered up to, that means the agenda will be up to 2030. So this is today's session outline. What we are going to discuss is basically what is mean by sustainability, what are the various components of sustainability, sustainability, mainly what are the various SDG goals, what is the system thinking, what we have to do of that, what we can contribute, in what way we can contribute, and which area goals are to be developed, and what are the future opportunities. So these are the 17 SDG goals. As a civil engineer, as an electrical engineer, as a computer engineer, as a mechanical engineer, for each and everyone, we must know these SDG goals now. First one is no poverty, right? We have to work for the society, zero hunger. We have to take care of that. We have to take care of health. We have to take care about the quality education. We have to take care about the gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable clean energy, decent work, economic growth. Next is the innovation, industry, innovation and infrastructure. Next is the inequality reduction, sustainable cities and communities. And 12th one is the responsible consumption and production. 13th one is climate action. 14th one is life below water, aquatic. Life on land is the 15th, right? Peace, justice, strong institutions, right? 17 is the partnership for the goals. These are the SDG which are provided by the or suggested by the United Nations, and it is expected to, we have to go for the each and every aspect, and we have to complete almost all the goals. It is expected up to 2030. This is the strategic development plan for the SDG goals, which is a very important, and which is a today's need with respect to clean environment, right? So just we will start with what is mean by sustainability, right? What is mean by sustainability? So as a being civil engineer, definitely I will more focus on civil engineering aspects regarding the sustainability, which is very important and vital. So which are the construction practices, and in which wherein energy efficient technology, and which is having a highest impact on the environment, right? So we have to mainly deal with energy aspect, energy efficient technology, what are the various materials which are important, what is the new technology for the enhancement of the energy sector. Next one is the so how the, what are the various parameters, right? So as at the end of the any at the end of the any society, we think about the society should be happy, right? So human beings should be happy, all the resources should be provided, well, and well advanced infrastructure should be there, right? So along with that, we are developing, the all the countries are developing, but very few countries are mainly focusing on the sustainability aspect, or the we have to maintain our resources, whatever the natural resources we have, we can use, and we have to maintain, we have to balance the ecosystem. So very few countries are mainly giving the importance to that, right? So we are working, all of you are working. So this is the online platform. So definitely I expect that everyone is properly listening, and in between we will definitely interact, or also at the end of the session we will have a discussion session on that. Everyone, we are working, right? So for which cause we are working? We have to improve ourselves, we have to work on the recent updation, we have to work on the automation which is useful for the society and which is economically feasible. So we have to work for the innovation, we have to work for the infrastructure, we have to work for the economical things, right? So that everyone will be happy. At the end, society should be happy. That is the main aim, right? Community engagement. So from this today's culture, or what SDG is telling us, sustainable development goals tells us everyone should be employable. There will not be any zero employability, right? Everyone should be employable. So various sectors are there for which we can work, unskilled, skilled. Earlier it was the concept, but now all the workers, or all the laborers, all the human beings are working in the single platform, that is the, that we called as the, in here development goals, we have to call it as a community engagement, because we are working on the modern equipment or modern practices, and which is a great feedback for effective and overall leading of the project, right? So which meet the basic needs of the local population and what is the social inclusion. So we have to work mainly for the society here. As far as goal, 17 goals, few goals I have chosen with respect to wherever I can give my excellent inputs on that. So goal 9 is basically related with the civil engineering, which is deals with the industry, innovation and infrastructure. As we all know, though we are a polytechnic, engineering or any university institution, we all are working for the industry academia collaboration or the bridge gapping, right? We are finding the gap, we are fulfilling the gap with industry institute interactions. So it is the today's need because we have to give the case studies of industry. So all the presentation slides are at the design level of the hotogage. That means all the students or we, as being a civil engineer, being the faculty, we have to give the design thinking to the students, right? So from our teaching we have to explore how to reach up to design level. So from this sustainability topic, definitely we can give projects, seminars related with the sustainability because it is directly related with the industry institution gap and wherein we have to suggest the problem and definitely industry will be having such problems, challenges with those students can work for the project. So we have to mainly focus on the industry, innovation and the infrastructure. So which are the areas where we can guide our students depending on the or whatever syllabus, right? So definitely you might be also having the projects. So so many times we get the confusion which topic should be given to the students. So why we can't select this type topics from the SDG goals. So goal number 9, everyone please note down. You can see, you can refer the Google reference, you can see the SDG goals and you can suggest to students. So just to write down the goal number 9 as the industry innovation and infrastructure, we can promote, we can suggest to students. You have to find out the gap, you have to or you can provide. So at my institution I'm just providing the problems. So yes, you can work on this problem, right? So the students can approach towards the industry and they definitely because nowadays industry is directly providing the problem. They are asking that yes madam, sir, these are the problems and you can give these problems to students and if they are working and definitely we will be getting the consultancy of that, we will be getting some contribution from the industry also. They are coming at institution, they are ready to prepare the they are ready for the collaboration, they are ready for the incubations, they are ready for the center of excellences. So we have to focus on now smart technology. uh, we can give interdisciplinary projects on IoT, AI, then time monitoring. We can give the how to manage the resources at any project. That is a very important thing. So we can give the improvement how to improve the job sites and job security, job safety, right? So many things are there which can be worked for the industry, innovation and infrastructure projects. So at the end, for what everyone is working. So if we are working for the infrastructure, definitely we have to give the focus on the economic growth. So advancement in construction can lead to new job opportunity also and which can stimulate economic development also by attracting the investment and fostering the local industries. We have to as I have said, you have to identify the industries, you have to identify the large scale, small scale enterprises also. We can do the collaboration as a faculty. We have to think for the which area I can give to my students, right? So ultimately that is your own area should be. So at the end what will happen, these areas can be converted into your research thrust areas. So definitely being a researcher, so everyone, we all are lifelong researchers. Every day we are learning something, right? So this is now the step we can see these areas and we can select these areas as our research topic. This will be the takeaway from my session, today's session. So next is the about the infrastructure, right? So here very important word is the resilience, right? we have to we have to see the innovative design, right? We have to see mainly focus on the design aspect, material aspect, which enhance the durability of the structure and which make them more resilient to natural disaster. Why? That means the flexibility. So there should not be burden on any of the stakeholder. So there should be a resilience in the structure, resilience in the work, with respect to various disasters, with respect to climate change, everything. So everyone should be ready to face the all the challenges. This ensures what will happen. This ensures the infrastructure remains functional in challenging conditions, right? So what are the resources for that? So what are the resources? Advancement in the technology, advancement of material. Next is the IoT we can use. Next is the AI technique we can use for making the resilience in the building, resilience in the society, resilience in the city, right? So we have to work for that. And here, so whatever slides I'm showing you, this is nothing but the design thinking that we have to give the student as a problem statement. So we have to we have to suggest the problem to students. This much is the area, if this much is the city, if you have to develop that city with respect to margins, with respect to areas, with respect to neighborhood planning, right? These will be the aspect, these are the problems we will be suggesting to students, and they have to think upon that. They have to prepare the plan, they have to suggest the material, which type of material they will choose for the congested areas, whether they will be going for the 3D printing, whether they will be going for only precasting, whether they will be going for the MIBAN technology with respect to engineering aspect, right? Whether they will be implementing the IoT, whether they will be implementing the logistical parameters. So this is the one single problem, and you have to give the solution in that way. We have to now think, and definitely this will be the cost effective. So we are working for the good quality, minimum cost or a limited cost, and stipulated period of time or duration, right? So everyone is working for that cost, quality and time. Any problem, madam? Is it okay, fine going?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, yes, thank you, madam. So we have to think on the sustainable cities, which is mainly referring to the urban areas, urban population, right? Which is mainly dealing with the environmental impact. Everyone is must be aware about the environmental impact assessment. So we have to calculate the EIA, environmental impact assessment. So for what purpose we are calculating? Why we have to calculate that? What are the problem areas? We must know the problem areas. And see, now today we got the, as per Indian culture, we are well developed with the infrastructure, right? So we are continuously, we are making the concrete production, we are developing the jungles of concrete, we are developing the cities with respect to infrastructure. So most of the most of the rural areas are coming, and everything is becoming now the urban. But we have to think now mainly about the space allocation. We have to mainly think about the space of allocation. We have to mainly think about the reduction of the wastage, right? We are making the things, and somehow or for by some reason we have to break the things, we have to demolish the construction project, and that becoming again the waste. So what will happen in future? We have to make a strategic plan for that. We can suggest to our students, yes, we are developing the structures, we are making the structures, we are preparing the concrete. Yes, definitely my PhD is also in the concrete, right? We are telling, we are preparing the cubes, we are checking the strength, we are developing the concrete. Another day, by tomorrow, there will be the high strength concrete, high performance concrete, various types of concretes are there. We are developing the things, but after development, if because of any reason, so whatever will be the demolition, whatever will be the waste, and what we will be do, what is the next day plan for us, what will be the construction demolition waste, what we are going to use, how we are going to use, where it will be feasible. So we will be having the next plan for that. What will be the waste, any waste, electrical waste, mechanical waste, or the construction waste. So how we are going to reuse that, how we are going to recycle that, which type of processes are needed, because we have to use that. That is the concept of sustainability. Everyone must know r's, 3 r's, right? Reuse, recycle, recharge. 3 r are there, right? Reuse, we have to reuse the things. We used to tell our children की बेटा हे फेकायचं नाहीये, राईट, याचा यूज करायचा तुम्हाला. We have to use that things by some way. Some processes might be needed, but we have to think to improvise the things. Nothing should be wasted. No, our effort should not be wasted. Our things should not be wasted. That should be reused. Recycle, right? Directly we can't be used, but we can reuse the, recycle that, reprocess that. We can define some process. We can then after that we can use. For example, construction demolition waste is there, concrete waste is there. We have the demolition site. We can't directly use the demolition waste directly, but can we do the processing? Yes, we can do the processing with the help of admixtures, and then we can use. So many researchers are working on the recycled aggregate. At my institute also there is a research going on recycle aggregate and its utilization in the production of the manufacturing of the decorative slabs or etc. Wherever the non-structural members, we can prepare for that. So accordingly we have to think. As at the earlier slides I have mentioned you that which type of thinking should be there at the time of development, and in now I am telling you that after development also we have to think. Yes, we have done this development, and next, by tomorrow what will happen, right? So we should be ready with a strategic plan of that, so that we can reduce the carbon emissions, we can work on the carbon footprint. So we can go with the green spaces, we can promote for the public transportation, we can enhance our resilience to climate change, and main aim is to create safe, healthy living environment. In at the beginning of the presentation we have discussed that we are working for the human beings mainly, we are working for the animals, we are working for the plants. So we have to take care of each and every safety, health, and all the living conditions. We have to think, being a social person, responsible person for the nation. Next parameter is about the safe, affordable housing. That everyone must be known. So at my slides, very less contents are there. I will be speaking with everyone. So as far as affordable housing, everyone must be known, aware about that. Affordable housing, right? Which is developed with a less cost material, right? Which is affordable, low cost material, but that should not be the lowest quality, low cost only, but it should be providing the better quality, right? And which is easily available in the nearby resource, nearby concerned areas, right? For example, in Ladakh there are the ice tubes and mud houses are being constructed. That is not meaning that ki affordable means low cost material they have chosen. Low cost material means affordable one, which is easily available for those people, and that is giving the excellent quality, and that is feasible for the particular environment. So what is the importance of the urban planning for these areas, right? Urban planning is a very important. As I have mentioned you, how we are going to prepare for the neighborhood planning. Neighborhood planning is a very important concept in the case of urban planning, right? So we have to think for the ever increasing population, ever increasing growth, right? And natural disaster. For natural disasters also we have to be ready at the time of our plannings. Hello, am I audible? Okay. Yes. So next is the, so this picture is a very pleasant, this video is a very pleasant, and we can see the greenery, we can see the river, we can see the green belts, we can see the our heritage with respect to our nation, right? Am I audible, everyone? Please, in between, just because of network, kindly ensure me.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
ma'am, you are audible.
Yes, thank you, madam. Thank you. So everyone must be seeing the video or simple, that is the symbol of or how the infrastructure can meet, right? That may be, that may can be our rural development plan, because there is a, we are have, definitely by tomorrow we have to think for the space management, right? Area management. So with respect to climatic conditions, we have to see the urban and rural planning, and we have to maintain our national heritage, right? We don't need to disturb our heritage. We have to maintain the river, we have to maintain the ecosystem mainly, and we have to use the sustainable construction materials for the at the time of construction. We have to select the green materials at the time of construction. We have to adopt the green technology. We have to adopt the IoT. We have to adopt the AI concept, but with respect to green parameters we have to set. Okay. Inclusive and enhancing sustainable urbanization. And what is that? That is the capacity and integrated human settlement planning and management for all the countries. We are working for the, as already we have mentioned, so all these are the road network and buildings day by day. We definitely, this will not be going to stop. We have to rethink, redevelopment should be there. And so we are at the at first stage, we have constructed all the flyovers, right? Interconnected sections we have developed, right? So for managing the traffics, we have developed the all the roadways, all the road networks. Now what will be the next step? We are thinking for the sensors, right? Automated lighting systems, as we pass directly, lights are lighting up, right? So these are the just an example I have told. So many things are there, acoustic emissions are there, right? So we have to think for the redevelopment, renewal process with respect to society, with respect to human being, right? So these clips, so what these clips tells us, we have to think for the transportation, right? So what are the various access, what are the various access, what are the various affordable transportation, right? So as I have told you, this picture what tells us, this picture tells us that if we are thinking for the urban planning, we have to make a strategy for the proper allocation of the margins, proper allocation of all the areas, proper providing, because we used to see all the courtyards and all the roads, all the margins with if we will see the examples of Texas, US, they have developed their strategy, and there is a proper uniformity and standardization, and they have not seen, they have not a micro level, they are having any impact on the environmental issues, right? So we have to take care of our environmental impact of the cities, including our air quality, waste management. We have to think for the public spaces, as I have mentioned you already. We have to think for the, particularly mainly women are there, children are there, old person are there, which type of facilities we are going to provide, we have to think for that, right? So with respect to urban and rural, we have to strengthen our national or regional development planning. Everyone must know the DP, development plan, RP, regional planning. So we have to think, as of now we have to think with respect to United Nations goals, support to latest developed countries. We have to, everyone must go through the Texas planning. So there is a where all the standards they have mentioned, what should be the, what should be available. So henceforth, up to 2030, we have to make a strategic changes in our planning. Okay. So next goal I have changed, I have moved to, can anyone tell me what is this? Can anyone tell me, please? Yes, this is the online platform, but we must be listening as I expect, right? So, what is this? Next goal is goal number 12, which is responsible for the waste, right? Being the engineer, we have to focus on the reduction of the waste parameter, and we have to mainly focus on the sustainable resource management. We have to think for the reduction of the waste. So how we can reduce the, first of all you have to segregate which type of waste are there, which type of waste are there, and whether how will be the decomposition policy, what will be the strategic for planning for that, right? Because we have to there is a need to reduce the waste, and which promote the sustainable resource management, which encourage responsible production and the consumption, and this is now crucial for mitigating environment and the degradation, managing all the resources efficiently, and we have to create the more sustainable global economy, which is the, which everywhere, which is will be the better in the design, more efficient processes, and encouraging, I have told you 3R: reuse, recycle, and responsible disposal in case of disposal of the waste, which will be, which should be, must be the responsible disposal, right? So we daily we are facing this. Segregation of the waste should be very proper. Next one is the analysis of that waste. Next one is the processing of that waste is very important. Whether shading is required, whether the incineration is required, whether directly we can mix it in the soil, whether that will be the compostable one, and how we can use this waste in the construction. We can think for that. Agricultural waste can we use in the construction, mechanical waste can we use in the construction, industrial waste can we use in the construction. So we can, whether we can be using this for the gardening purpose, we can use for the construction purpose mostly. So because day by day construction is in the process, right? It is not, it is not stoppable every ever. It is the integrated part of the construction now, right? Integration, continuously raising now. So we have to think for the how to reuse this, our waste, day to day waste should be utilized. Just a minute, because of network I'm not able to change my slide. Yes, segregation, I have told you how the segregation should be there. Day by daily, with the daily aspects we are observing that our mates are coming and they are scolding us, yes please do segregation of these waste, right? At the start we were not it practiced, but now it has been practiced, and definitely all the things are coming with a good solution, and you can give the student project to your student with respect to this parameter, utilization of plastic waste. You can suggest them कि this much size should be there, this type of plastic should be there. We have to give the problem, but we have to give the direction also. Yes, you can students, you can work on these type of waste, agriculture waste you can use, plastic waste you can use, and you have to reprocess that directly. You are not able to use the waste, okay? So how we have to do these things, see, so that person is struggling with waste segregation, we have to think for that, and we have to be responsible for that, and definitely nowadays it has been improved as far as our last 10 years data is measured. So it has been, definitely it has been improvised, right? So we have to segregate the waste, and we have to reuse. By reusing the material from the deconstructed building construction waste, it can be reused. Recycled material such as a, which type of there, which we can use the metal, we can use the concrete, we can use the wooden, and we have to replace this virgin material, and we have to conserve the resources. We have to conserve the resources. That is the main parameter, right? So this is just I have added the technique of shading, right? So we are directly any waste we can't be used directly for the construction purpose or anywhere. So we have to do the processes. We have to mainly see the harmful effect which chemicals they have already applied. So and how we are going to minimize that. If we have to use in the construction practices, we have to mainly think for the presentation of the ions, presentation of the salt ions, presentation of the gases, presentation of the chemicals. We have to take care of the corrosion. So directly we won't be able to use. Okay. Okay. Sustainable resource management. So promoting the efficient use of natural resources is vital to reducing the environmental impact. All industries must have to shift their production system now for the fewer the resources, and we have to adopt the mainly renewable materials which are possible for us, right? So what are the various renewable materials which can be utilized for the day to day life, right? Which can be used, which can be used in the construction practices, which can be used for the infrastructure development. As of now, if we will see, for the recycled steel we can use, right? We can use the bamboo, we can use the fly ash. In furthermore slide at the end, while explaining the research contribution, while explaining the what are the further research in the only material, I will explain in detail about that. But just with respect to SDG topic, SDG topic says that we have to seek for the, we have to see for the green building materials, right? So why the green building materials are needed? Because these materials are needed to reduce the consumption of cement. Most of the students are working on the concrete, right? They are just going through the titles, and this much percentage of replacement of cement, and this much percentage of cement we have, that means reduced this much percentage of cement. But really whether they are doing that, we have to, being a guide, we being a their mentor, we have to see really whether this is happening because of these sustainable materials. And as of research says that yes, definitely we can use up to 30%. Can we go above the 30%? Can we do the research on zero cement based concrete? Yes, this is the now research area for all the civil engineers. Or whether it is it possible in future zero cement based concrete? What are the improbable solutions? What are the naturally available materials for that? This is the problem statement. Indirectly we have to approach toward the solution, that zero cement based concrete, is it possible? If we could do this, that will be the great invention for each one of us, and which will be benefited for the reducing carbon footprint through all these type of sustainable materials. Okay. So we have to see the green building parameters. We have to use those type of construction materials for the construction of green building, right? High rise structures, we have to use all that. Means we are using fly ash and we are making only M20 grade of concrete, we are making only M30 grade of concrete. That will not be possible. If we have to go for the high rise structure, we have to go for the compulsorily self compacted concrete, and definitely that will be the high grade concrete. If high grade concrete will be there, that means flowability should be there. Then which type of admixture should be used? See, all these are, each and every slide should be at the at my slide are at the design level. At I have told you that we have to think for the development purpose, we have to think for the creation purpose, we have to create, we have to develop the concrete, or we have to develop the technology. If any one of you have from the mechanical background or from the AIDS background, so can we see that what is the optimum solution for the materials, what is the optimum solution of the concrete? in case of such type of structure? What are the sensors? Because as we are civil engineers, we need the expert guidelines from the guidance from the mechanical or electronics for the sensors purpose, because all these are high rise structures with respect to wind energy, with respect to earthquake damages. We have to provide the sensors, so as to prevent the future disasters. Okay. Next, next is we have to think for the CO2 emission. You can give the project to students on the CO2 measurement or CO2 emission reduction. Any small projects we can give to students to measure the CO2 emission. There are the calculators even for the CO2 emission measurement, right? So we can ask to our electronics computer students to measure the CO2 emission for any of the structure, or develop the program on the CO2 emission or CO2 emission calculation. Okay, so we have to mainly think upon for the CO2 emission. Next is we have to think for the energy efficiency. Okay, okay. Is my slide visible? Nisha madam, can you please acknowledge whether are you able to see on the display?
Yes, yes, ma'am. It is visible and you are audible also.
Thank you, madam. So, because just I am facing like little bit network issue, so just I am asking. Okay, energy efficient design. Energy efficient design. We have to now think upon the more efficient, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I have mentioned we have to mainly think upon more efficient energy. Uh, Energy efficient building, right? So how to select those areas? So energy efficient building, so for simple, for just a 5-story buildings or 1-story building, we can definitely do for that also. But for energy efficiency calculation, you can choose. If we have to measure the energy efficiency, any of the students or any of the faculty can do research in this particular area also. I have suggested to one of the faculty yesterday itself, just go through the IGBC website, right? Green building rating systems are there. So energy efficiency is the very good area wherein we can work for the energy efficiency calculation. In that case, any building, right, that will be, for example, non green building, but we can prove it as a green building if there is the energy efficient calculation we opted, right? So why, how the energy efficiency can be calculated? If we are opting the solar heating panels, if we are opting for the solar heating cooling system, right? So, or we can using the modular construction practices, if we are using the 3D printing, if we are reducing and recycling the materials, right? If we are reducing the waste or whatever things are there, it is available in that particular area. For this, I will suggest you the example of Suzlon building. Just you can visit that building. That is a very good example of green building. You can just arrange the visit to energy efficiency building. On Google also you can do search of that. That is the green building example, energy efficient building example of Suzlon. So we have visited that. That is a very good ecosystem they have developed. Fully solar system is there, fully LED implementation is there, and they got the very good ranking of the IGBC. So you can just visit that, and we have to mainly think on the energy efficiency of the building, right? So integrating renewable energy, solar panel, wind turbines, energy efficiency system into the designs, and which is called as the renewable resources, which is being implemented properly, right? Role of smart building in reducing energy consumptions. As I have mentioned you that use of LED, use a proper smart material in the construction can be example of the energy efficiency design. And directly by sitting at home we can calculate the energy of the our structure, right? How energy we have saved, we can calculate that also by using the energy calculators. So by just I have explained that we can calculate how much amount of energy yesterday we have consumed, how much amount of energy or electricity today we saved. So we have to be now very smarter in that case, right? So because everyone have to be responsible, everyone is a researcher at their home also. Day to day life we are a lifelong learner, so we have to see with respect to all of the resources we have to take care of. One glass of water is also important. I am giving the lecture, but I have to also daily we have to take care of all these things, right? Which type of energy we are using, which type of energy is really it is needed, it is not needed, and you have to calculate the energy. So daily we are using the now the smart watches are there, right? Fitness bands are there. We are checking ourselves किती आपण पावलं चाललो आहोत, काल किती चाललो होतो, आज किती चाललो. So definitely for energy sector also we have to think daily, and day to day life we have to check for how much we are using and really how much it is needed, right? So this will be the takeaway for from this slide. So we have to daily calculate the things, right? Next is the, as we are the civil engineer, we are mainly dealing with the water conservation techniques also there. So water conservation, whatever water is available, how we are going to how we are going to utilizing this. So day to day practice everyone is knowing that. I will not going to explain how much is demand and how much we are utilizing. So I will explain you that. So whether any wastewater can be used in case of construction application, can be this problem to our students. So you can give this type of problems to your students. Is it possible to use the saline water? Because we know 30 percentage of the land and 70 percentage of water and mainly ocean is available on the earth. So can we do the utilization of saline water in the construction application, right? Can, how then? So directly we can if we will be telling the students, yes, you utilize the saline water in the concrete, and bichare they are using the in the concrete, and definitely they are telling that madam white pores are happening and salt presence is there. So what is that? Directly we are telling it is not the solution, right? We have to think upon that what are the basic parameters, what are the quality parameters of that water, and we have to compare with the potable water, and we have to think that can we reduce the salt content by using any admixture. Can we think how should be the salt or chloride ion reduced, can be reduced by utilizing any other substitute or the admixtures. And then we can suggest students, yes students, you can reduce the salt content by using this admixture, and then you can use, try to use for the if you are not able to do if you are not able to directly use in the case of concrete production, can we use for the curing purpose? Then that will be the societal solution, right? Because everyone must know that up to 2050 we have to buy the small bottle in amount of 50 rupees or 100 rupees. It has been started already. We are paying 10 rupees, we are getting the water and we are drinking at our colleges or offices, right? बरोबर, आपण रोज बॉटल घेऊन जातोय पण ती पुरत नाही, अँड वी आर पेइंग 20 rupees 10 rupees, and it has been started already. Can we think for the societal problems and can we give the solution? We have to think for that. So utilization of saline water, utilization of wastewater for the purpose of any construction activity. We won't accept की हाय राईज स्ट्रक्चर साठी आपल्याला अप्लाय करायचं. Can we expect for the curing purpose, can we expect for the any modular preparation or a brick preparation? Just we have to check the parameters and we have to compare with the standard parameters. We have to check the chemical composition, we have to check their strength parameters, we have to check the durability parameters. If it is feasible, then definitely we can use. So we have to think for the our resources. Water is a very vital resource for each one of us. We have to think for the various conservation purpose. We are having that at present, we are fulfilling our need, but what will be future need? We should be having the future need planning with us for these parameters, right? So everyone must be knowing, and definitely this is day-to-day practice. We must know rainwater harvesting. We all of we know rainwater harvesting. We know groundwater recharging. All of we are having the idea. At the institution, can we give the problem of a rainwater harvesting to the students? Can we ask for the simple solution if they are able to do? We have to think accordingly. Okay, so this is the water meter daily, how much amount of water is being used at the institution. Can we give this type of case study to students? Just students, you just measure how much amount of water is needed at our institutions, and we are just giving the problems to these type of assignments to students, and definitely this will be the very good technique for the awareness of the conservation of all our resources, right? So cleanliness, clean energy, wind energy is important. So we have to mainly focus on the role of, at present, your title of the FDP at present status green mobility, right? How the green mobility are that means what, which parameters. So I have explained almost all the parameters. Now upcoming innovation towards the green mobility, what are those, right? We have to reduce the paper, we have to utilize the all the digital platforms. At your institution also, you must be having the any ERP solution. So we have to mainly use for the what is the full form of that, enterprise resource planning solution, right? For all the database, or for all the attendance purpose, for all the assessment purpose, can we do that type of studies? Because that is the today's need. Because we are having the resources and we are doing the deforestation, again we are telling that water level is reducing, water scarcity is there, so we are disturbing the ecosystem and we are just crying for the things, right? So we have to think, can we think for that? Just we will stop by using the just paper for the leave purpose. Can we request that? Can we apply through the ERP? So small amount of efforts can be best solution for day-to-day life, right? So save paper, save earth, we all know, right? So we have to think accordingly. So next parameter is the with respect to green mobility, we have to use the electrical vehicles. Sorry, we have to use the hybrid vehicles, right? We have to use the public transport, right? Which type of vehicles should be used, right? Nowadays this, yes, since last to last year, we are able to see that electrical vehicles are coming, hybrid vehicles are just, they have just, it is the start, and definitely we day by day or till after 5 years there will be the trend. Because anything, it will be at the initial level, any new strategy, it will be going to just check for the implementation, and that will be maintained for the few duration, right? So just for the first stage is the installation, and after that we see the installation whether it is working properly or not, and we will see for the implementation, we will see for the maintenance. After completion of duration of around 5 years, we can say that yes, it is feasible for us and we will go for this. Any of the strategy we have to keep maintain for it for the particular duration, and after that we can see that yes, it will be useful for us, right? So likewise we can use the zero emission electrical vehicle, because this is very useful. Because what happened, we have reduced the fossil fuel reliance, right? And we are just moved for the electrical vehicles, right? And ultimately what we are doing, we are getting the energy efficiency from all the electrical motors, and which are definitely useful for the energy saving purpose. And since last data from the net, it says that around 80% of energy is saved from the these type of movement. And definitely foreign culture is used, they are totally adapting, and we have also started the adoption for the electrical vehicle charging stations, right? So these pictures, so everyone must know. So now smart city concept has been developed. So in smart city concept, they have developed this type of electrical vehicle charging stations also at a few government gardens, PMC आहे, PCMC. So they have developed such a points. Charging points are also there. Charging points for the mobiles are also there. They have developed those stations. It has been started at our country, and definitely we are waiting for the installation and maintenance. Maintain, that means the maintain for particular duration, and then we will see what is the strategical values are telling about the energy efficiency, how much energy efficiency we have consumed, we have achieved, right? Limited range. So definitely few things are there, there are pros and there are cons, right? So we are having some limited range for this. We are having the very charging infrastructure, we are lagging in that nowadays, so we are developing for that. So battery life also, there are few challenges of the battery life also we are facing in this case, so we have to work on that, right? So these type of problems also can be given to the students, how the battery can be improved, battery life can be improved in case of these type of structures or this type of vehicles. Next. So transportation at industry also, we can see the, definitely we are developing with respect to transportation, right? So public transport also going to develop, right? uh, we can see nowadays metros are there, Pune metros are there, Mumbai metro is there, Nagpur metro it has been there. So everyone, PMRDA, MMRDA, everyone, they have their 5 years plan, and definitely they are working on that, and all the transportation system is now, it is well developed, and it is the ongoing process, because electrical buses are already at Pune metropolitan city, we are getting, or we are gaining that facilities, and definitely it is in process for the development, right? So this, what this encouraging the mass transit over the individual car, and definitely we can significantly reducing, what we are reducing, mainly traffic congestion we are reducing, energy emission we are reducing, and urban population we are reducing, right? So these are the solutions for the transportation purpose we are getting in the sustainable development goals. So we can see that without congestion of the traffic, we are these are developing. But one more area here we can suggest, that traffic signal system, we can do the research on that, right? Signal system is yet to be improvised again, that is not yet too much developed as far as other countries are concerned, right? Next. Sorry for the interruption, just because of network I'm facing some issues. Okay, so public transport, in case of railways, we have developed, right? So in case of metros, right, monorails are there, metros are there, and buses are there. So buses, in case of buses, electrical buses are there, so double deckers are there. So in way of transport also we have developed so much, and it is under progress yet. So ultimately we are working for to reduce the carbon emissions, right? Next. Everyone must be known about the BRT system, that is also a solution for the public transportation. Bus, what is the full form of that? Bus rapid transit system, right? What it gives, it gives about the separate lanes, dedicated lanes for that buses, which can bypass the traffic and which reduce the delays, and which is caused by the congestion, and it gives the faster and more reliable services. In Pune it has been started since 10 years back, right? But implementation or utility of that particular lane is not up to that mark till date also. And definitely if with proper rules and regulation this will be used, then definitely traffic congestions can be solved properly, right? So environmental benefits are also there from the BRT system, right? So individual cars, individual vehicle that means if, they have to use the low emission and electrical buses for that. And this is the cost effective also. Improved accessibility and mobility by using the BRT system, it improves the accessibility for the different parts of the city, right? We can be able to see the various parts of the city in the Pune. BRT system सगळ्यांनी बघितलेलं असणार आहे. औंध रावेत BRT आहेत ऑलमोस्ट एव्हरीवेअर देअर, राईट? सो प्रमोट सस्टेनेबल अर्बन डेव्हलपमेंट. So it is giving the solution for the urban development for the walking purpose, and for the creating the more suitable city areas, right? Scalability and flexibility are also there in case of the BRT, and which is giving the economic growth, which is giving the safety, which is giving the public health benefits, right? So everywhere we have to think for the health. BRT is the crucial solution for the cities, and which is mainly aiming to the transition to the sustainable transport system, and which is offers cost effectiveness and environmentally friendly, and which reduces the traffic congestion, which reduce the air quality, and which create the morely livable and efficient cities, right? Healthy cities, we can be able to see the BRT, which is playing a very vital role in this case, right? Okay. Next. So almost 1 hour I have explained you all the things for the development goals. All these are so very important. Only these parameters I have extracted from the 17 sustainable goals which are related with our field, and wherein for the water conservation, for the roadway network, for the sensors, for the IoT application, for the AI techniques, we are having a huge scope to work for towards the society. As a being a responsible citizen, as a being responsible engineer, we can give the various areas for the research for our for your diploma student, for the UG students, for the PG student, for the researcher at present who are teaching as a faculty. So all these are the any development goal. Just read through the articles of SDG and what are the challenges, what will be the challenges up to 2030. We have to complete the 17, and out of 17, 3 are related with the exactly civil engineering, exactly 3 are related with the exactly mechanical and electrical engineering, and definitely we can choose any of that, and that can be our research area. Now what are the future opportunities, I will tell you from after my lecture, after these all the content of SDGs and mobility, right? Sustainable development goals, its mobility, and present studies, whatever the present situation we are having, I have explained you everything, right? So what are the future opportunity with respect to only material? I'm not telling you all the SDG goals, what are the future opportunities out of that, which I have worked for, that which that I will be going to explain. So future opportunities with respect to green material, we can select any of these green material like steel, we know. So in case of steel, as we all of know, very costly materials, so cement and steel are considered as a very costly materials. Can we think upon the steel replacement? And definitely everyone must be knowing, but its utilization is a very effective. Bamboo utilization as a replacement over steel for few component parts of the building, we can definitely use for that. For fly ash, up to 30% reduction is over already. It has been done as far as research is concerned. And directly, this is the waste coming from the thermal power station, direct waste. Definitely, it can be used. Already, too much research is completed. But beyond that, can we go with any replacement or with any additive? We can think for that. We can think for the ground granulated blast furnace slag, that is a GGBS. which is developing from the steel plant, right? That can be used as a replacement material over the cement. Metakaolin, that is also a natural byproduct and which is in the form of ultrafine. Also, we can use metakaolin also from the natural resource, right? From the stone type, we can use as a replacement over the cement. Microsilica or the silica fume, it is also a very fine material which is used when it can be used if we have to cast a dense structure. No fine should be there, right? So we have to cast very strong or dense structure. So in that case, we can use the microsilica. Rice husk ash is a agricultural waste. I have not mentioned SCBA. Sugarcane bagasse ash is also used. Rice husk ash is also used because these are easily available in the Maharashtra. We are having the production of the rice, good production of the sugar cane. So we can directly use this type of ash or the waste in our projects. We can suggest it to students. We can also do research in that particular area. Ultra fine slag. This is also we can use. Slag, industrial waste is there. Cupola slag is also there. Last year, my UG students had carried out research on that, and they have published their scopus paper on that also. One of my student is whatever I am mentioning. So that type of material I have carried out the research, and those papers are also available on the Scopus review or Google Scholar. You can go through that also if it will be useful for you. And if you want to do any type of research in all of the above mentioned topics, you can directly approach towards me, no problem. Definitely, anytime I will guide you. So these research at end last 2 3 slide I have mentioned my particular individual research about the sustainable construction material I have mentioned. So this is a new innovative construction material which I had used in my PhD research, graphene oxide, which I had used to reduce the salinity of the water, which I have mentioned you earlier. That is the research for the graphene oxide, very fine material of the which and which is used from the graphite. Though is this is a too much costly material, but if we have to in future in 2050, if we have to save, we have to conserve our water, right? So we are having abundant quantity of saline water. If we will be using this graphene oxide in my research, I got the findings of the chloride content reduction. So we can further do research in that particular area also. So these are the for more interested researchers, those who want to do the research in the materials, we have to see the microstructural analysis of the those material first, right? We are adding the cement, we are adding the lime, we are adding the silica fume, we are adding rice husk ash, we are adding metakaolin, someone is adding 2 3 waste. So how we are getting which type of material is gaining the strength, which type of material is responsible for the reduction of the strength, which type of material is responsible for the workability reduction. So for that purpose you have to perform microstructural analysis. Out of that you have to perform the SEM analysis, that is called as the scanning electron microscopy analysis, along with the energy dispersive spectroscopy analysis, EDS analysis it is called. So wherein you will be getting the all the pictorial representation of the your material itself, where I have mentioned the materials which I have used in my studies, right? So which material is looking like this, and after that, so cement is yes, it has been observed like this, it has been manufacturing sand is observing in this way. Saline sand, I have used saline sand also in case of concrete. And up to which parameter, I will not be going to suggest that you will be going to construct a high rise structure, but small component at least we can go for that purpose, right? So we will definitely achieving the feasibility by using these type of materials, right? So how I have achieved the strength, how I have achieved the structure stability, how you will be going to see, right? So for the validation purpose you have to do the microstructural analysis of that particular material, so that you will be able to see the presence of the your material in case of concrete microstructural analysis, once you have built up the concrete, right, once you have developed the concrete, then that concrete also getting the powdered form, and then you have to do the SEM analysis, scanning electron microscopy analysis. At the end of my session, I have kept these slides only for the motivation purpose for the researcher or the youngsters who want to do the research in depth for the material itself, because material is a vital important part in the sustainable development, right? So if we have to do the research, select small content and go at the in depth for the research purpose. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so these are the all the material characterization slides. I have last three slides which I have mentioned you, right? So with this all the research exposure, now I conclude. That means I finished my session for sustainable development goals, its mobility, its present status and future opportunities. Being a civil engineer and a core researcher in sustainable construction material, I will definitely suggest you to go for the research. So don't only be with a topic as a FDP, right? So just take an interest and go ahead with a research with a selection of any of the topic. Also, I would like to mention you that I'm the recognized guide for the SPP also. So you can, if anyone want to do research in the sustainable construction material or building information modeling, you can definitely approach towards me for further guidance if you need it. Okay, thank you very much, and session will be open if anyone is having any query. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Hello, everyone. Anyone have to ask any question or queries? Please ask, ma'am. Yes, anyone is there? Please raise the hands. Yes, Anjali, Gitanjali, Anjali. Yes, Patil, sir. Yes, anyone is there?
No
Okay,
issues,
I
madam.
think.
No, no problem, madam. What I will suggest, online they may be hesitate or any difficulty they might be having. So I have mentioned my contact, and madam is having my contact or mail ID. If any one of you having any doubts, you can please ask me. No problem.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Mrs. Nisha Gundale, Faculty of Civil Department in RIT College of Rajarambapu Institute of Technology, Pune. It is my privilege and honor to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to all who have contributed to this session of Faculty Development Program. As William Arthur Ward rightly said, feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like a wrapping a present and not giving it. So, today I take this opportunity to express my deepest sense of gratitude and appreciation to our esteemed guest, Dr. Ashwini Patil ma'am, for their valuable insights and knowledge sharing session. Your expert perspective have greatly enriched this program and inspired us all. Thank you, ma'am, for taking time out of your extremely busy schedule to be with us today. Thank you. I would also like to thank our today's participants for your active engagement during the session. Thank you all. The feedback link is already shared on the WhatsApp group. Please fill the feedback link. It's a request to all participants to fill the feedback link directly disconnecting this meeting. After disconnecting this meeting. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, Nisha ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Okay. Thank you. Wish you all the best. Thank you.